so we can see from this poster that the point of the imperative tense, the reason why we use the imperative tense is to give advice. Now let's look at how to conjugate it. So we have are, ere, ire, and I have an example for each. Evitare, for example, avoid soft drinks. Evitare, what happens is you chop off the last 3 letters and you add an A, so it becomes evita le bevande zuccherate. Maybe we want to give the advice of to read labels with an ere verb. We chop off the ere and we add an I. Leggi l'etichetta. And maybe we want to tell them to follow a balanced diet. So we have an ire verb, seguire. We get rid of the ire and it becomes I. Segui una dieta equilibrata. So it's quite easy. It's simply chopping off the last 3 letters as we always do, even in the present tense. And it's A, I. Now this is all in relation to tu. This is when we're giving advice to one person, to you, giving you advice. However, we may have to also give advice in the lei form if we are being polite to someone. And in fact, a doctor addressing his patients will always use the lei form and give advice in the imperative lei form. So how does it work for lei? It's almost the opposite in that evitare becomes eviti, leggere becomes legga, and seguire becomes segua. So whereas for the tu we have a, I. For the lei we have I, a. There are a couple of others that are useful. One is the noi form. So when you want to address, when you want to include yourself in the advice, as in we should all do this, we should all do that, you simply put it in the noi form. It's used more so than in health in posters or articles relating to the environment in which the author includes himself in the advice, which becomes more than advice, becomes more like urging the population to do something to save the environment. And it's quite simple. Again, we're chopping off the last 3 letters, and with the noi form it looks exactly like the present tense. Evitiamo, leggiamo, and seguiamo. So it's super easy. One last one you need to know is the voi form when giving advice to you plural, to a group of people. This is also very simple because it is the exact same thing as the present tense once again. So evitate, leggete, and seguite. So in summary, in the imperative tense, the noi and the voi are identical to the present tense, that we learnt when talking about our free time and hobbies. However, the tu form is a, I, and the lei form is I, a. Now I mentioned at the beginning that we are using the imperative in this context to give advice. However, the imperative has other functions as well. A second function of the imperative, which is used a lot in advertising, is imperative used to urge the public, to the consumers, to buy, to do things. So it's like urging. Example, in this ad for the Giulietta car, the Alfa Romeo, io sono Giulietta, mettimi alla prova. That mettimi alla prova means test me. O prova a resistermi, or try to resist me. You can also see it here. Prenota il test drive. It's urging the customers to book a test drive, or, and I'll just make this a bit bigger, o richiedi il preventivo. Richiedi means ask for a quote. Okay, then in this next ad, it's the ad of estate, which is peach iced tea or lemon iced tea. And it says, estate compie 40 anni, estate is turning 40. Inizia con noi un viaggio nel tempo per rinfrescare la memoria a piccoli sorsi. Urging the consumers to start a journey with us, a journey in time, to refresh your memory with small sips. Also urging the consumers, immergiti nei ricordi su Facebook, immerse yourself in the memories via Facebook, and vieni a festeggiare con noi, come and celebrate with us. There's one more function of the imperative, and that's the one I use a lot in class when I say, ok ragazze, chiudete il computer, aprite il libro a pagina 7, leggete l'articolo, completate il text handling. And what I'm doing in class when I'm saying all these things to you is I'm giving you instructions or commands. So we have 3 uses of the imperative. One is to give advice, quite direct advice, strong advice. The second is to urge in ads. And the third is to give commands or instructions. It's imperative that you do something. It's the imperative tense.